Oh my God. Listen, all of y'all, it's a sabotage. Listen, all of y'all, it's a sabotage. Listen, all of y'all, self-sabotage. I know, I feel you, dude. It's a miracle we're all here, dude. Everything's been fucking everybody's. Hey, and everybody's going through it. Everybody was going through it too yesterday. Seems like there was like sabotage. Like, look, everything I tried to do got undermined, rerouted, railroaded, got gutter balled. You know, gutter ball, like fucking bowling when you roll the ball and it goes in the gutter and it's just. Whew. So, no, hey, I'm making a video on self-sabotage now because I was going to make it yesterday, but I got so energy vamped by the situation, all right? See, it's people in the situation and look, there's microaggressions. There's all kinds of conveyed innuendos, and you catch those through micro-expression, okay? Like, look. And then the radio gaslights you after you have a blowout argument with somebody that you're close with, okay? And it hurts. It's like, dude, see, when you get away out the devil's game and the devil's playground, the devil's like, okay, pal, I got you. And what he does is he takes somebody close to you and he hijacks them, nigga. Like, look, it even says in the Bible, like, look, like Paul's forgiving these people. He goes, these people's, look, their minds and eyes have been blinded by the devil himself, okay? So look, you're at least putting the blame on where blame's due. But when you self-sabotage, see, that's what the devil loves to do. He loves to razzle you up, nigga, and get you into a rage bait or a reactive abuse. So it's like by the time the audience is seeing what's going on, it looks like you're the fucking aggressor. You're so mad. But look, if they know you, they're like, man, he ain't never mad like that. Something behind the scenes must have really fucking like got him on edge, right? And you don't know who the people you're with until you get in, like, look, in crunch time, where like people start revealing who they really are. Like, look, okay, when shit gets a little shaky, and it ain't even shaky, it's all your just projections, and you're overthinking it, and maybe it's your CPSD of things. Like, look, I've been in this situation where I'm trying to juggle these two things to appease everybody. And both shoes had to drop at the same time. But none of the parties, I couldn't line it up no matter what. But it was bad timing in the first place because we were doing this all on the spur of the moment, right? So we didn't think it through well. And in hindsight, it's 2020. It's like, why would we, look, there's a holiday from Christmas the 25th. 6 days later, 7 days later, whatever it is, you got another holiday. And listen, and it's something I noticed too. Sometimes it's like, look, I seen all the red flags. I heard my gut talking to me. And sometimes I'm like, look, see, I'm conditioned to not want to be wrong sometimes, that that you're afraid to be right. And hey, in some situations, there really ain't a righteous path. It's just kind of like, it's the rigmarole that they put us through. And then, that we're conditioned by society. We're conditioned by society when the devil has blinded all these people's eyes, and they're the people think they're the ones should be running shit. And we're all so busy just in the rat race to really participate in any form of political venue anyway, or arena. For most people, I'm a lucky person where I got a lot of fucking, like, sometimes people envy me and resent me because, look, I've deviated so far off the path, which is that path that was presented for you, your lane, that, hey, life gave you lemons, make lemonade. But no, you can say, fuck that lane, fuck those lemons, I didn't choose this, I didn't vote. People are just trying to nudge me and keep me contained in my small little box. And I just should be fucking happy. I should be, thank you, and kiss dicks and feet. You know what I'm saying? Of abusers. That's like, sometimes people act like in the Bible, if we believe in Jesus, we're supposed to kiss everybody's dick, lick their feet, lick their boots, while they fucking just look on our fucking neck. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's what the Bible's saying at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't fight evil with evil. That's what the Bible's saying. But you still fight. You resist that shit. You don't. You look. And you always can pray and say, "Hey, God, lead, guide me, direct me." I know right now I'm being tested, man. Fucking, I need the extra. I need somebody watching my back, my six, because I can't trust the niggas in the car with me right now, because. And it's like, you're not fighting me. You're fighting those fears in your mind. You're self-sabotaging. You're letting the fear of the unknown get you into hypervigilance and actually fear, paranoia. And then you're isolated. Even if you're talking to somebody, it's like, I could tell you ain't engaged. I could see your wheels turning in your head. You're somewhere else. Like, look, what are you thinking about? Do I really want to know? I'm glad I can't read everybody's fucking mind, because look, I would go insane. I'd be empathizing everybody's evil shit too, and I'd be infected and affected, and I'd be affecting others with it, right? And I'm aware of this, right? I have my moments though, like where I'm weak. I took so many. Look, right now I'm bleeding. I'm treading water, dude. I got 999 cuts. All it takes is one more cut, and it might take me the fuck out. And on my way out, since I'm in fight or flight, I might take people out that ain't even guilty or responsible. They're just around me because I'm going fucking nuclear, Super Saiyan. And look, everybody's gonna fucking get hit when the explosions start going off. Everybody's getting hit, and at that moment, man, you're justified. But this is what I've been trying to avoid the whole fucking time. But I know it's gonna these days like that happen. But when I see every single motherfucker I kicked it with was going through the same exact shit, I call that a traffic jam. We're coming right up on a full moon. We had 2 back-to-back pagan holidays that are fucking the devil's tricks where they lie. Like, Christmas ain't Jesus' birthday. And the New Year's back in the day in biblical times was at a total different time of the year, right? So we're out here to celebrate, making lies like New Year's resolutions, which means you're lying to yourself and you're saying, I'm going to do this and do that, and nobody ever does it, right? So look, certain practices and bullshit, you abandon that shit. It's like when I was a child, aka when I was brainwashed by society and they made me feeble-minded, and they try to give me this learned helplessness and this chip on my shoulder because they have like they gave me an inferiority complex because they seem to have a superiority complex, right? You don't see that there's a master-slave dynamic here. Through action, equal opposite reaction. For every action, there is a reaction. That's like reactive abuse. It's a reaction. You look abusive, and you're responding with fire. You're fighting fire with fire. You know, there's 2 ways you can fight a fire. You got options, man. Listen, you can, instead of throwing gasoline on it, you throw water on it. Then, hey, if you don't want to get so proactive, plug all the air up, and you'll suffocate it. You know what I'm saying? And here's another one. Stop putting more wood on that shit, right? So, I mean, look, you have options. Or, you know, you could take a big fucking bag of fucking sand, throw that on the fire. That'll put it out. You know what I'm saying? Fucking like, look, options. You know, it's like, but sometimes if it's a grease fire and you throw water on that shit, boom, nigga, it goes nuclear. So you gotta have discernment, man. But when you're fucking struggling and you're being attacked, somebody almost has to come run interference for you. Because look, you're not thinking clear. You're not using discernment at the moment. It's like, this is desperate times, desperate measure land. You're fucking like, look, and look, it's understandable because we're only human, man. And we all have a breaking point. And sometimes it's like, look, I'm responding from years of abuse. Not just this situation, and me holding my fucking tongue all the time. Or me wasting my fucking breath trying to, like, console people, be your fucking therapist and your shoulder to fucking cry on, and your rock. When you're over here sabotaging me by sabotaging your motherfucking self. And then you're throwing a pity party behind my back with your other people that you complain to, you commiserate with. Other miserable people that are blind to the truth. Instead of, it's easier to follow those types because they just follow the trends. They're easy to appease. Just do whatever they say. Just pretend to be just like them. Yep. Yes, man. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Real master slave sort of a relationship, which isn't fucking cool. We're supposed to be partners here. When I work, I don't like that boss shit. I like to be partners. We're all our own boss here. So there's no reason to have a pissing contest or a cock measuring contest. Or why we peacocking too hard. You know what I'm saying? When it's like, that takes too much energy, that wastes time and energy and takes the focus off the task. And it puts it on our egos. You know what I'm saying? Which is counterproductive. And it's also like, look, you're showing out for the audience. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to, by diminishing someone, a lot of people feel they go up higher. It's like, look, it's tough out here, but you got, it's like in a professional setting. Look, my petty, expectations are irrelevant. I don't think subjectively when I'm in a work setting. I think objectively, because look, I got to listen to the fucking people. I got to listen to the situation. I got to read the situation. If I got prejudices and biases, those are psychological blind spots, right? Look, the one time this nigga, man, listen, we did this roof, and this dude was like this. He had this wad of money like this. It was like grands, racks, bands, right? And he says, I'm the baddest roofer in the world. And I looked at him and I said, hey, man, don't say shit like that. Don't say shit like that, because you're going to jinx yourself, bro. And it's pride. It's pride. It's not God. God will get you, but God don't have to get you. You got yourself. You self-sabotage, and you gave the devil an inroad into your life by bragging. And especially when you you just robbed us niggas, and you're showing us the money that you should have paid us, because we did a lot more work than you give us credit for, right? But guess what happened? We got home. This dude, celebrated. Ate some Xannies. His girlfriend came over, and check this out. I was doing something else, like playing video games, so I'm just observing from the sidelines, right? And that girl, they was only in there for like 5-7 minutes. I was thinking, man, that was a short bang, right? That's weird. You know what I'm saying? But this girl came walking out, and she had her clothes like this, look. And she ran out fast. Look, she opened the door. She didn't look at anybody. She went straight to the door. To me, that's a micro expression that something was wrong. Like, my red flag meter went off instantly. But hey, it ain't my place. So I just, I figured, whatever. Dude comes out the room like 20 minutes later. Oh, where's my money? That bitch robbed all that money he was waving around at us dudes, right? And I was like, oh my God, man. And it can happen to anybody. Like I told my cuz, man, when I got back from Florida. I said, never laugh at a nigga who caught the clap, because it can happen to anybody. And him and my other cousin one night, they was hanging out with these two ratchets, right? And I was there too, but it was their shindig, so I didn't get to partake in the festivities, but they did. Both them niggas caught the clap. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't funny now, was it, pal? Anyway, these are ways you can self-sabotage. And look, listen, if you are aware that you can self-sabotage, we make mistakes. A wise man sees his mistakes, and he modifies his tactics and his strategies fucking to fit the criteria for the best for the situation, right? That's what we should aspire and strive towards. Now, hey, we always ain't. There's some days, dude, where my mind, and look, I had a good weekend. I had a lot of sex with my lady. I got to have some drinks. I ate some good food. I had some laughs with the fam. So I'm coming to work in a good mood, right? So that day I'm going to be Johnny on the fucking spot. But after look, I've been arguing with my bitch for days, and everybody's like undermining me, and there's just a whole lot of fuckery going on. It's sabotage, spirit sabotage, right? So when I come to work on that day, I'm going to be I'm running slow. But hey, on days like that, you're so thankful for work, because it's like, damn, nigga, if I didn't get to have my mind rerouted to something constructive and positive, I'd be sitting there just turning my wheels all day, ruminating, and that's the thing. You're right. But if you're ruminating and shit all day, man, that's toxic behavior, and it's stinking thinking. It's gonna cause a fumble up. you're going to fumble the whole bag. You keep effing around and you find out.